and you can share. It's okay.
My opinion, it's like the universal Wi-Fi. It's that energy that permeates everything that we know and what we don't know yet.
Okay, so are you looking for spirituality in what way? With your definition.
I think we look for spirituality. I think the spirituality look for it.
Oh, you're not looking to find out, to experience?
I think it's natural, like a wave. It just moves.
But you're looking for that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So under the context that you define spirituality, and you're searching for this type of meaning, right? It's your opinion, your way, your perception of what spirituality is. According to what you told me, how is that you search for that?
I think it's natural. It's the moment that you wake up to when you go to sleep, and then even when you're sleeping, is that flow that.
And how do you search for that flow? Do you always experience that flow?
A lot, most of the time.
Okay, all right. Does anybody else has an idea of what spirituality is? Like for you, there is no right or wrong. What is spirituality is for you? So if you're searching for spirituality, it must be clear to us to define, right? Everything starts with a definition. So what is spirituality to you?
That's to progress your inner.
To progress your inner. Okay, all right. Anybody else? Anybody else? You can say you're welcome to join. Anybody else? Are we shy? A little bit. Are we afraid that we're going to say the wrong thing? There is no wrong thing. It's your understanding. Now I'm going to share with you, since you guys don't want to share, I'm going to share with you what I think spirituality is. Okay? And the meaning of spirituality, usually we use that word a lot here today on the Western world, but that came from the Eastern world. The idea of spirituality has nothing to do with religion. Okay? Religion is one thing. Spirituality, it's a completely different thing. So, spirituality is the capability to perceive something beyond the five senses within you. We got that? It's the capability, it's the experience. So when you say, I experience spirituality, because that's what we're looking for, that's what we're seeking. When you seek spirituality, you're seeking to feel, to experience something within you beyond the five senses. So the five senses that you have, okay, all comes from the physical experience. Okay, so you have the capability to smell, to see, to hear, to touch, all that, right? But everything that we can feel and see and touch to the five senses belongs to the physical world. Now, when we're searching to spirituality, we gotta look for something else. Maybe we can use the word that sixth sense. But it has nothing to do with the other person. So if you feel something, through your sense, but it doesn't belong to you, belongs to an entity, a spirit, somebody else, your friend, and you can sense that your friend, it's not okay, that's still not spirituality. Spirituality is something deeper than that. Spirituality you have to feel within you. Okay? You have to experience that you are not only the body and the mind. The kingdom of God is within you. We all know this, right? When we're searching for spirituality, we search for that kingdom of God within ourselves. And when you do that, is when you connect to the deeper self that you are. Not the ego, not the thoughts, but what you really are. So you see that even though we talk about spirituality a lot, we are still far from achieving that feeling, that experience. Okay? Beyond your name, beyond your career, beyond your family, beyond your beliefs, there is something else there. And when you experience that, that is called spirituality. Okay? The seeking for that, it's seeking for spirituality. Are we seeking for spirituality? Or are we still attached to religion? You see, most of the religions, it's all about the exterior, the ritual. It's all about the five senses. That's why it's important for us to define what spirituality is, so you can start this journey of connection. We all say, everybody repeats that we're all connected. We're all connected as human beings. We're all connected as plants and animals and even the planet Earth. You hear that all the time. You open your TikTok, we're all connected. You open this, we're all connected. But how are we connected? What is that connects us, every living being in this planet? Have you thought about that?
Because we are divinities. So
Yes.
all.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes. That's a good way to put it. Because if we are all connected, we come from a place within us that the source of you, of the plants, of the animals, of everything is one source. So if you are connected, you're not connected to your mind, you are not connected to your body, it's something else that connects us all. And that something else is the spirituality that I just spoke about it. That's the something else. So if we are not connected with yourself, you cannot connect with others. Not going to be able to. You're not going to feel connected to the planet, to the universe, to the stars, to the moon. It's going to be an idea that you're going to have, but you're not going to experience that idea. It's not, because it's only an idea. You're not in touch within you, within that source that connects us all. And then, of course, we cannot connect it. And that's why a lot of people today, they feel disconnected. We have today a society that some people feel awkward in the presence of others. It gives you a sense of, oh my God, I don't belong here. Why? Let's go there. Why? If the concept is we're all connected, how come I feel disconnected? So in order to connect with others, I have to connect with me. You got the idea? Everybody's good so far? Okay? So the biggest thing is how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to connect it. Because imagine this, it's every dot. If every dot is connected and that dot it's within me, I first have to access this. But if I am in the survival mode has everything to do with the 5 senses. With everything that is exterior, disturb within. Because remember, life happens within. You have the idea that life happens on the exterior world, and it doesn't. Everything that happens within you. Let me give you an example of that. You have a situation that happens to you. You're going to react one way. I'm going to react in a completely different way. You're going to have one perception. I'm going to have a different perception. So life happens within you. Do you get it? Got it? All agree it happens within you. So it's within you that you are connected.
Is that the perception of life or the generation of life?
The perceptions of life, because life, it becomes a perception. It's like you have a lens, and you're going to feel life and see life and perceive life in a completely different way than me, for an example.
The generation, what do you mean the generation? When life begins?
Yeah, I was trying to understand what she said.
Yeah.
Life
Happens within.
happens.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say it happens,
Mm-hmm.
do you mean the manifestation or the, that's what I mean is when I heard that term, life happens within. That's why I said, do you mean what you see or what actually occurs?
What you see, it's within. Okay? So why? That's why you see same situation, you have one perception of it and I have a different one. So even seeing, it's a perception within. So you can go to a party, for an example, and if you're feeling sad, if you're not okay within, you can go to the best party ever, the party's gonna suck. Right? So life happens within. Right?
Yeah, I just wanted to say also, it's also that what you expect to occur or what you preconceive is actually...
How you see it.
No, it's actually what occurs. Also.
Are you saying that your expectation, that before the thing happens, if you go to the party with the expectation that it's going to be bad, the party will be bad?
No, that's not it. No.
I'm not
No.
talking about,
What he's trying to say.
yeah, I'm not talking about the act of in other words, this chair is not really here, right? That chair is actually the result of a preconceived notion that something like that had to be there.
It's the light, the brights of the chair.
Last week you said you have you took Pedro. The reason he doesn't have a job paying $250,000, it's because he hasn't developed the preconceived notion that he has it, and then he's So it's not that there's no such job. It's that so the physical universe is not solid and hard as much as it's the result. I don't know. I'm asking. That's why I was trying to.
Yeah,
what she was
yeah,
saying.
it's
The physical universe is the result of your expression.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
it's
So
actually
that's
the-
why life happens within.
Yeah.
See?
happens. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you create your own reality, if we're going to talk quantum physics right now. Okay? So, and that reality is created within. So life happens within. But we're looking outside because of the 5 senses that we need for surviving reasons. Are you here in this planet, in this experience, to survive or to live? If you want to survive, you're going to need that 5 senses. But today we are living in a society that we don't need to hunt anymore to eat. So the survival it's been taken care of it a little bit. Now we need to reach for something else. Okay, but if we wanted to stay here on a survival, we're gonna be living out of a 5 senses, and that's it. So we're gonna be living, we're like eagles that act like chickens, that believe that they are chickens. So that's the perspective. It's within you. So the problem with connections is that when you say, why are people having problems with connections? Why are people sometimes feel awkward if everybody's connected? Okay, it's because we are searching for that connection outside.
We are searching to that connection
And
to beliefs.
we're searching to that connection to beliefs. We're searching to the connections to the culture, to society. What society established. And what society established is what it means to be successful. So what it means to be successful.
Be rich.
To be rich. To have a nice family. You don't have to be rich, but if you have a nice family, and then if you have a okay house, if you have security, if you have this, if you have that, so that gives you a sense of success in the survival mode, in the outside. Okay? But it's funny because when we don't fit in and that society, standards of beauty, standards of standards of everything. But society has this, what is considered to be beautiful? You have to have that face, that body, that this, that this, that this. Only a few people achieve that. And the rest of us, we go, oh, I feel disconnected. I feel like I don't belong. I feel, because it's a selection that society inputs into us through televisions and marketing, and without knowing you are supposed to fit in. And the most amazing things is that we never question society. We always think that is something wrong with us. Instead of question the system, we question, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I'm never gonna make it. Oh, poor me, or this and that. We think it's something wrong with us. And that happens to us when we were kids. You have the popular kids in school. If you were lucky to be one of the popular one, awesome. But if you're not, there is pain and suffering. That's why we all have childhood trauma. Because we didn't fit in what society established to have it. Okay? So I want you to remember that we are species. Think about the jungle. If everybody wants to be the lion, there will be no life. Because what about the ant? And what about the birds? And what about the cockroaches? And what about everything else that it's not the lion? Okay, what happens? What happens? It's we are searching for connections on the outside. And that is a problem. It's a big problem. Every time you watch that Hollywood movies, it's funny. I'm sure you guys watch many movies about high school time that usually you have this new person that comes in from out of town, and then they didn't have any friends, so they make friends with the awkward kid. That, and then they start to be friends with them until the popular kids put their eyes on, no, I want to be your friend. And what does he do? What she do? Leave the other one, the awkward one. Because most of the time, even when we criticize the system, we just want to be part of it. And when something happens, you win the lottery, something happened in your life that changed your situation, and you come from being awkward to popular, you are in the system. And you forget about everything else. I've seen people criticize the system, criticize society, criticize everything until they make it. There. And sometimes a person criticizes because they want to be part of it, and they feel that they're not. So we have to be very honest with each other, because if we don't start questioning this society, these systems that we follow, we're going to remain on the survival mode. We're going to remain as a robot. We're not going to access our reality. We're not going to access the real us, the things that really matters. And I can't believe it that we still have to talk about diversity. Diversity on a planet that has the most diversity ever. And we still have to talk about it. Why? Because we all want to be lions in the jungle. Lions mean successful. According to society standards. And we are searching and searching and searching and searching for that. When you connect within you, you realize that you had many forms before. Your name is Fernanda now. You had many names before. You come from a particular life, you had many families in life before. Look at the identification that we had. And in this life, I might be the ant. What's the problem with that? For certain, I've been a lion before. So we don't have to feel awkward. because we're not a lion of society. And when you have that perception, you have something that is called self-acceptances. You accept yourself. And if you think that you are a lion, when you are completely okay with yourself right now, you have to realize that tomorrow you're going to be an ant. Everything passes in life, and passes really quick. Everything changes so quick. Changes and changes and changes. So if you are the lion in this life and you are completely okay with you and you are connected with others, you don't feel better and not even worse than anybody. You have the sense that we're all coming from the same source. We are expressing different forms on this lifetime. Different species. Sometimes we can be an extrovert, sometimes we can be an introvert. What is count? What makes me an introvert and what makes me an extrovert is so complex. It even has something to do with the DNA of your parents and your grandparents. And the complexity, it's huge. But deep down, all the way, when we reach spirituality, all of a sudden, we're all connected, we're all the same. And it's a wonderful feeling. Wonderful feeling. It's so sad that in order for us to be happy, to feel happy, we have to be better than another person. Think about that. Why? Oh, you have a Hollywood star, you have the champions of this, you have the champion of this. No, I'm not that, but I'm better than the person that it's on the street. And that's okay, because that's make me okay. Because at least I'm not there. That's the society concept. That it's, you embrace this without even think about it. Because since kindergarten, the only thing that they taught us is to compete with each other. You have to be the best.
Yes, and that is true because my daughter is a teacher.
Yeah.
And she told me.
Yeah. You have to. You teach the kids to be competitive.
No, she told me that the children already, they try to be better than the other.
Yeah. It's embedded in us because that's how we live. One little thing that you say to a child, one judgmental comment, you say to the child, oh, look of the daughter of the neighbor. Oh, she's strange. The kids learn, why is she strange? What's going on? What's going on? You're not wrong, Renato. If we live our nature, who we are, actually our essence, it would be natural for us to live in spirituality. But because we are so embedded in society and survival mode, and what they told us is okay, what they told us is not okay, we run away from our natural to become something else. And that something else causes pain and suffering. So there is only one thing to do, left to do, is to go back and search for that spirituality within us. Because if we understood that concept, we don't have to teach kids to love one another. They will natural love. If I'm you, you are me, if we're all connected, why I'm gonna hate you? Why I'm gonna judge you? See? But on this exterior 5 sense world, you teach a kid and you said you have to love, you have to have empathy. Everything's come from the exterior. If they don't understand why, what's gonna run, what runs your life, it's not you, it's your belief system. Trust me on that. Whatever you decided one day that is right or wrong, that's what runs your life. And you live as a robot, reacting to life through your belief system. A belief system that was imposed to you. And we live mechanical life reaction. This happened, I react that way. That happened, I react that way. I don't even think about it, I don't even reflect, I just react to the world. That's how we're living our lives. And that's the price that we pay to live without spirituality. To live without seeking the real you. The kingdom of God that is within you. The source of life that it's in you. It's there. It's here with every single one of us. Every single one of us. Does anybody have any questions? Yes.
So you talk about the survival mode.
Mm-hmm.
And I understood that the opposite of the survival mode is the spiritual mode. But they seem to be that they overlap. They interact with each other because we have to survive.
Mm-hmm.
We have to interact with this world with good and bad.
Mm-hmm. Not with good and bad, because good and bad is a concept that you created. Okay? What's good for you is bad for the person that lives on the other way of the country. What's good for a person that has an American culture is bad in Brazil. Like, remember? Like, in Brazil, you cannot touch your food with your hands. Even the French fries, you have to use the fork to eat it. Pizza, no way. What? It's wrong there. If you do that in Brazil, everybody's going to look at you, oh my God, that's so wrong. When you're here, it's natural.
Eating a taco with your hands in Brazil, huh?
Yeah, forget about it. So good and bad, Renato, is your belief system. What your belief system check as good or check as bad. Because let me tell you something. Life is neutral, and you give the connotation that you want it to give, even with the situation. The situation is neutral. You go ahead and say, okay, that was good, that was bad. You can get that's why you see people that went through horrible things react completely different. So what happened is, yes, we have to be in this world. We have, but we don't have to be on survival mode all the time.
But sometimes.
If a tiger walks in, you're going to need survival mode. If a dog's run out of you and trying to beat you, you're going to need survival mode. But other than that, what do you need survival for? You have your job, right? Yes? Okay. So you go to work. You don't have to go to work with survival mode. Oh, God. No, you go to work because you need to pay your bills. You just relax and go to work. You see, we're giving too much identification and attention and whatever there is to things that really don't matter.
Yeah, because you are your job. You don't want it. You're not this person.
What?
People see you as a position that you have.
Oh, yeah, society, that's what I was saying. So why a lot of people feel bad about the job that they're doing? Because in society, if you're a doctor, if you're anything other than that, and you want to be part of the system, you feed the system. Instead of question, you feed, energetic. So that comes huge, that what Jung called the unconscious mind of our planet, it's us. We are feeding this idea, even when we don't belong. We are feeding this. And we have to be conscious about it, observe. It's still going to happen, but I don't have to be a part of this.
But we have to find a balance, like between survival mode and spiritual mode.
No, you gotta be, trust me on that. Look for your spirituality that I just told you what it is, and you will survive. Because trust me, you're not in a jungle anymore. You survive for you means go to work, feed your family, right? Have a house, have a roof. You don't have to hunt anymore. You don't have to be afraid that if you're walking out of, a big bear is going to jump out of you and kill you. Those time, it's gone. Now remember, we're going to go, people, to the AI time, okay? AI. Give me another 10 years and nobody here will have a job.
5 years, not 10.
Nobody here will have a job.
We'll all be back in the jungle then.
Yes. We won't have jobs. I'm sorry, but that's the reality. So if we're not interested in spirituality,
What you gonna do?
what are we going to do? Because my name is not my name is Yonara, I have this. No, you get paid to stay home. How's life for you? A lot of people are not ready for this. A lot of people cannot even think about that. What you going to do with the time of your life? Oh, I'm going to travel, right? I'm going to do. But listen, those are the times that we need to progress. Because you're going to need that. There is a saying that is poetic, but I love it. That it means that infinite is within you. There is so much within to discover, to explore. There is so much of this connection. We are cosmic beings to be worried about survival only. We're cosmic beings. We could be doing so much more within. Go within. How do you connect it to another planet? Within. How do you connect to others? Within. Everything is within. Everything is within. Everything is, that is spirituality that we're talking about. And that happens. That is not a fantasy. I don't know if you guys heard about the new researches on psychedelics. And the people that had really depression problems or really bad anxiety, PSD. So PTSD. So there's a lot of things going on. And you should hear the people that actually go through the process. You know what they say? They say, I felt connected with the universe. What a wonderful feeling. And the meaning of life, the perception of life changes. Because there was so much more going around than my job, my name, my family. There's so much more. And I'm stuck. I'm stuck in a survival mode. So how can we do this? Do we need to use a psychedelic to experience that? No, we don't. But we need to take the time to search within. Take a half hour of your day. Do meditation. But don't just close your eyes and stay there. Meditation, if you really study meditation, meditation means search for. Search, look within you. Very close. Pay attention here to your breath, to your heart, and look. Look. It's just like when you go in the sea, deep in the sea, and you are closely observing everything because you're so curious about everything that you observe because you've never seen this before. This is the same thing within you. If you don't have the curiosity to explore whatever is within you, the beauty that it's within you, the divine that it's within you, the source of life, let's put it that way, that it's within you, that you have no connection with. And maybe in the first hour, it's funny because here in the West, and if we say to people, meditate because it's good for your anxiety, they'll do it. Meditate because it's good for your depression. Okay, I'm going to do it because meditation is so good to me. And they sit over there and they don't see, I'm tired, because it's not about that. People start doing meditation, and then after a few days or doing so, they stop doing it because they are not interested. Because there is a deeper meaning for meditation. And that deeper meaning is the capability that you have to search for the source of life that it's within you. And when you connect to that search, you pure joy and love and connection to the universe. That's what the psychedelic gives you, that experience for a short amount of time. And the first time that you feel connected with everything else, you literally understand that whatever you are so worried about it doesn't make any sense. But it's only going to happen if we are curious about it. And you sit one day, you're not feeling anything, you have to quiet your mind, your monkey mind goes all over the place, of course. You're so used to that, surviving mode. Thoughts after thoughts after thoughts after thought, and it's okay. There is techniques for you to deal, relax, surrender. And learn how to serve humanity. Because when you have that sense that we're all connected, I'm not helping you I'm serving you. There is a difference. Sometimes I want to help you, and there was a little bit of an ego there. I want to help. It makes me feel good. Because when I help someone, I feel good about myself. I'm better than that person. Now, when you serve someone, you serve with the concept to begin with, but then with the feeling that you are serving yourself. Serving yourself. And then no one has to teach you to help others with love. You already gonna do everything with love. To serve and to serve others. When you say to somebody, can I help you? Usually you want to help the person and you put your ways of doing things. I wanted to help, but he didn't listen, she didn't listen. See? But when you serve that person, you're going to go to their needs, not your needs to help. Their needs. And only then you're going to make a difference in this world. Spiritual places like this and many more that exist, that we have to come together with a different message. Because the only way we're going to make it, especially in the next 5 to 10 years with the AI, is that we're going to realize that we already became machines. And when you become a machine, you lose nature. We are part of nature. Human beings are not apart from, we are part, we belong to nature. The same way that a dog, that a cat, that an ant, that a cockroach, that everything. We're not better, we're not worse than anybody. Okay? So, thank you.
I had a question. Is there a difference between spirituality and spiritism?
Oh yeah. Because the Spiritism is a philosophy. It has some kinds of things that we teach you on how to get to spirituality. The real spirituality is what I just told you with. It's the search that you go within you. Spiritism might show you that way. Okay? All right. Thank you.
All right. That's good. So I was reading this article about in Paramount, and I was reading about the movie, the new movie from Star Trek that's going to come in. And it's a prequel. And they say, listen, and the people, the design group of Paramount was talking about, because now AI is able to design the ships. So they don't need the designers anymore for the ships. So what they decide to do is they, instead of working 8 hours, 9 hours, they cut down the hours and distribute the work between then, and that's what we're seeing happening in the future. You know, you're going to let the machine do it. You're going to